Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pitchside Podcast channel. I'm your host, the HOD of the BSB. And like, share, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications to receive all the updates from these match recaps and all other content on the channel. Follow us on social media. I'm at BSB on Twitter, Pitchside Pod on Instagram, and you can follow the podcast and listen to this on Spotify, Google Podcast, or any other platform. And we're coming to you from after the game between Liverpool and Everton at Anfield, and the loss for Liverpool 2-0 against their city rivals. This was a game that I think was as straightforward as it looks. Everton had a terrific defensive performance. They started with a formation that seemed like a 4-4-2 at the beginning, but obviously it was clear from the personnel used that it will be a 5-3-2 fluid formation with Digne, the likes of Digne, Godfrey and Coleman all pulling double duties really as left backs, right backs, right wingers, centre halves. It was pretty much defending in numbers for Everton, but Liverpool didn't help their case either. An early goal, as almost all coaches really insist on teaching, that an early goal disrupts every plan, and certainly the early goals for Everton disrupt Liverpool's plan. The partnership against Kabak and Henderson, between Kabak and Henderson, we thought it worked really well against Leipzig. We thought, well, they're really fine, but it turns out apparently it was because of Leipzig's toothless nature in front of the goal. And in the first proper chance that Everton had in front of goal, Richarlison puts it away, 1-0 for Everton, and from that on it was a different ball game. Liverpool trying to attack, not exactly being, prolific, not exactly pushing all the numbers forward. They were trying to, make it sound like an equal game. They tried and huffed and puffed and tried to create opportunities. There wasn't much runners in the space. It was so crowded in the box for Everton. 5, 6, 7, 8 players were defending inside the box. Blocks were from all defenders really. Keane was making blocks, Godfrey was making blocks, Holgate was making blocks. These three in particular, they had a terrific defensive display. And with the likes of Firmino and Salah moving really wide, it left only Mane with the opportunities to run in behind. And there wasn't enough balls getting to him from Thiago, Wijnaldum and Curtis Jones, who were not exactly supporting the attack. Alexander-Arnold tried, Robertson tried some crosses, Alexander-Arnold tried some runs into the space, but he couldn't find the proper, crossing boots for both sides, and also the proper shooting boots, because the finishing wasn't exactly good. The turning point, I think, in this game was Henderson's injury inside 26 minutes. He leaves, Nathaniel Phillips onto the pitch, and Liverpool not just lose a centre half, not just lose a midfield, they lose a leader on the pitch, because pretty much they don't have anyone to rely upon as a leader on the pitch. Who's going to rely upon Thiago? I don't think so. Alexander-Arnold was forced into that role really, and with the centre-half partnership between Nathaniel Phillips and Kabak, you expected a second mistake, and that second mistake happened, but not before some serious domination from Liverpool in the first half. 1-0 for Everton in the first half, and it was pretty strong showing from the guests. In the second half, it was more defensive from Everton for the first 20-25 minutes, but then Ancelotti made some substitutions trying to counter the press from Liverpool, putting Sigurdsson on, then putting Alex Iwobi onto the pitch, trying to find some spaces. Calvert-Lewin was introduced as well. And as the game wore on and Everton started to having a couple of situations where they sneaked behind the centre halves, you knew that the mistake was going to be coming. And in the 82nd minute, a breakaway from Richarlison, a couple of defensive mistakes, and Alexander-Arnold, in a clumsy moment, gives away a penalty for Everton. I think there will be a lot of debate about whether this is a penalty or not, but from my view, it was. Alexander-Arnold gave away a penalty, Sigurdsson slotted it home calmly, and it was 2-0 for Everton. That was game, set and match. No way back for Liverpool from there. And the last 10 minutes or so were just managing the game. They had a couple of opportunities later on, but nothing really stingy from Liverpool. The defence again from Everton had a terrific game. The fluid formation, the game management from Ancelotti was superb, was top notch really, against the Jurgen Klopp side that was deflated. Again, unlucky moment in the derby. What is about these kind of Merseyside derbies and big injuries for them? Virgil van Dijk in the first one, Henderson in the second one, and it doesn't look like a simple injury that will heal in 1 week or 2 weeks. It looks like something more serious than that. And of course, projecting to the Champions League second leg in the round of 16, you probably won't have the likes of Fabinho or Matip or Gomez back, so you're probably going to be continuing with that partnership with Nathaniel Phillips and Ozan Kabak for a while, which is not a good sign for the Liverpool fans. For Everton, they played a defensive performance, top-notch from the centre-halves. Again, they were really working hard. James Rodriguez on the first goal with a beautiful assist, taking advantage of the spaces behind the centre-halves and delivering an overall great performance. Even defensively, he was really, really good. I think Richarlison was man of the match. He was, putting his weight all over the defence of Liverpool whenever he had the opportunities to, and certainly the game management from Ancelotti again deserves all the praise in the world. They deserve the victory. This is the victory that takes them joint 5th with Liverpool, with their City rivals 40 points, and with a game in hand against Aston Villa, Everton could seriously return to compete for the European spots and Champions League spots once again. That is for me the HOD of the PSP for this match recap. I'm your boy, the HOD of the PSP. Again, follow us on social media, PSP on Twitter, Pitch Support on Instagram. Like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're new, enable notifications to receive the updates, and listen to our podcast tomorrow on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any other platform. And until the next time, which is tomorrow, hopefully, I will be seeing you soon. Goodbye.